away because I gotta post all my links. So usually I click the live so it goes to Twitter, and then I go right to the Discord. Oh, you need to die. Nope. Oh, dodge, please. Oh, that hurt. Oh, I am very hurt. Oh, gotta heal. No thanks. Oh, that could have. Oh, right into that explosion. I'd honestly believe that, Trench. Like, honestly, with how quick you're here? Woohoo! Just sitting there with it open, waiting. Come on now. There we go. Come on. Execution. Let's do it. What's going on, attitude? Well, that's what I was thinking, Trench. Just sitting there, it's like he's usually on about this time. He should be there now.
I'm not afraid of you. What? Oh, damn it! No!
Yeet. I have protected the giant tree spirit. So, since I beat Cyberpunk yesterday, I'm thinking about doing the Final Fantasy franchise from start to finish. What do you think? I, I do the same thing. I'm currently doing all of the Resident Evils on Friday, Trenchcoat. I've also beaten every single Final Fantasy.
We have lost our leader, and our pack is scattered. Even heavier on my heart, Endrin has taken my daughter.
And I already own all of the Final Fantasy franchise, some of which can be beaten very quickly.
Though you may carry the burden for the rest of your life, you did what had to be done. Leave without fear, Kahal, and find your daughter. I will call the Gabu back to this.
They're a very, very good franchise. There's some of them are very straightforward, and like getting through them is very like quick and good to go, which is usually more of like the newer ones. But then there's some that have like a lot of extra content to them, like mini games and stuff. That like if you're meandering around, and you're like, well, I'm kind of getting bored of just doing this and that. You can go play some like mini games for a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the newer ones. The newer ones are great, like, especially aesthetically, and, like, a lot of them have, like, decent stories and stuff like that, but, like, anything pre-PlayStation 2 is definitely my, like, favorites. Like, PlayStation... Well, I guess I should say Super Nintendo and PlayStation 1, because there's a lot that got, like, re-put out for the PlayStation 1 that were Super Nintendo games to begin with. That were a big yes for me. Like, they redid... Well, I think they redid all of them from 1 up to 6 for the PlayStation.
The servants of the worm have once more taken possession.
Oh, here we
of
go.
the lands from
But I'd say 6, 7, 8, 9 are definitely my 4, like my top 4 for sure.
worm from here permanently.
Just because, like,
Find them.
their story and their characters are definitely some of my favorites. Not to mention, like, just the replay value of it all. Oh, where are we going now? Where are we going? Kill everyone. Okay. That's a pretty straightforward quest. No stealth involved, which is, you know, I'm good at that. Just going in and murking the shit out of everything. It's a pretty decent and easy side quest, I think. Well, 64 is still really good. You got some ridiculously good games for the N64. Like, N64 is also another big classic console. Like, that's definitely a set of games there that you can't say no to. Is it everyone? Okay, so I have to kill everyone here. Are they?
Someone over there. Weapons ready.
I can't believe I got that far. Wrecking the place. Yeah, like, you got your Zeldas, your Pokemon games, friggin' GoldenEye, Mario N64. What the? Oh yeah, these fucking things. Oh wow. Frickin'. Thank you. Kill you. Yeah, no, Super Nintendo was definitely some of the big ones in the Final Fantasy franchise. Oh, that's burning. That one's got a flamethrower. Thank you. Yeah, no, like, the N64 was probably... I'd have to say, like, one of the top consoles out there. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm a huge PlayStation person, but, like, when you come down to, like, story quality of games and, like, replayability of a lot of games, like, Super Nintendo, N64, friggin' PlayStation 1, like, those are definitely my top 3 consoles, and obviously, you know, PC plays everything. But, like, those are definitely the top three consoles for me, just because they have some of my all-time favorite games. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I love a lot of the newer games, and, like, there's so many good games that are out for newer consoles, and hopefully some really good ones that should be coming out. But like when it comes down to like, I guess, games that are good towards like each different console that's out, sometimes you just can't really compare the two. Or not really the two, but like the majority of them, because like some consoles just don't have a lot of big hits. They really don't. Like, don't get me wrong, like every console has their greats, like 100%. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Like every console has some really, really good games that they either put out or they are the only ones that have it. But like then there's like when you go like ridiculously good games per how many exist for said console, then yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, progression is great, but I feel like a lot of the new age gamers are too focused on looks of a game. And don't get me wrong, like sometimes like the way a game looks can be really like off-putting and make you not want to play it, like 100%. Like that's, it's the same with like a lot of cartoons and like anime and stuff. Like sometimes you can't get around it. Like sometimes the aesthetic just throws you off way too much. But like there are so many games out there that look like absolute and utter garbage that are some of the best things that exist. Like one of my favorite RPGs is actually something like I find it's very hard to find. I still have a CD copy of it for my PlayStation 1. And like it's a very slept on game, and it's very different from the series that it's in. It's Digimon World 3. The Digimon World series has taken like a lot of different turns through the way it's done things, but like the thing that draws me into Digimon World 3 the most is just like the insane story. Like just the story it has for it is absolutely astounding. Like it's very hard to compare a lot of games that can pump out a story that's got like the kind of depth that it has. Oh, there we go. It's just something that I have not seen a very lot of.
Come out, wherever you are.
That mech was floating. Time to rage up. The time is now. Whoa! Run away through the cardboard. Fuck that car. But like I love Sonic R. Like is that like a Sonic the Hedgehog game or like completely different? No flamethrower man. Nope, I don't like your flamethrowers. Oh, okay, yes. But no, I definitely can see that. Sonic's got a good series to it. But it's same as another really good one from the Mega Man franchise. It was a Game Boy game. I can't remember the name of it to save my life, but it was basically kind of like a Mega Man kind of like tactics game. You placed your Mega Man characters on a board and like, oh, I'm trying to remember the. Go away, big fella. This is not how I want things to go. that fucking hurt. Oh, did they all... Oh, they're all mutated now. Okay. Oh, that guy looks fun. Oh, these things are fucking fast. Oh, Jesus. But no, I definitely understand that. There's a lot of slept-on racing games out there for sure. Oh, fucking explosions everywhere. Oh, what the hell? Oh, let's see what that was like. Okay. Yeah, no, like, some racing games are definitely slept on, because, like, everybody always goes back to, like, you know, the great Mario Kart. Like, everybody always tends to default to good old Mario Kart. And don't get me wrong, Mario Kart is, you know, you can't go wrong with Mario Kart. You just can't. And can I... No, nothing there. Okay. But, like, Mario Kart is the be-all, end-all of friggin', you know, racing games that are out. But, like, there are so many games that, like... so many racing games that copied off of, you know, what they were doing, and they were phenomenal. Like, friggin' Crash Team Racing is good. I can only imagine that Sonic is kind of... The Sonic one is kind of a similar concept. I'm trying to think of another one that was out there. Fuck. I'm losing the name of it now. But it was kind of like a similar deal. Oh, gotta help the giant tree spirit. Yeah, no, like, a lot of people will, like, I know a lot of people sit there and say that, you know, nostalgia plays a lot of a part in, you know, games that people think are great, but, like, I love, like, there are so many games I like, and I try not to be, like, biased towards most of them, because, like, you know, nostalgia's definitely going to play a little bit of a part in whether you think a game is absolutely phenomenal or not. But, like, a lot, like, gameplay-wise, like, you know, obviously the things that are out nowadays are definitely nowhere in comparison to what we used to have, because it was impossible to do with the technology that was there. So, gameplay-wise, that's one of the things I find they need to work on more when it comes to newer games is, you know, getting those games in there and having them work better. Multiple rotary and stoppable attacks. What's this? But, like, I feel that's something that also, like, they're lacking in, is they're trying too hard to do, like, crazy, ridiculous graphics. Yeah, exactly. Like, games that you can always come back to.
Nice.
Like, things that are like, you know, you want to collect them because they're just amazing games that you want to play over again. Like, I remember back when I was a kid, like, anytime a new game came out, like, I'd always trade in games that I had beaten or just, like, stopped playing so that I could get these new games. And, like, as I got older into, like, my mid and late teens, I look back and, like, I'd always want to play those games again. They're like, man, do you remember, you know, such and such? It's like, oh, I wish I could really play that again. And it's just like, I look back and I'm like, I can't find those games anymore. Like, they're so hard to find. Or if you do find them, the price on them is astronomical. Which is why nowadays I don't give any games. I don't get rid of games. I just don't. Like, if I get a game and I don't like it, you know, that sucks. You know, especially with how pricey games are now. Like, if you, like, I loved the Force Unleashed games, but I found they were too short. Like, I can't remember if it was the first or second one. I beat it in, like, 3 or 4 hours. And I was just like, okay, what do I do now? I was like, I realize, you know, there's extra characters that I can unlock, but, like, 2 or 3 hours? I was like, I just spent, like, $70 on this game. Because, like, I got it around when it first came out, and it's just like, I spent $70 on 3 hours of gameplay. Like, what the hell?
Below the prison. That's where they're keeping Adana. The Nevada authorities have been hunting a serial killer for years. The Badlands Butcher.
Like, I could understand if, like, when I spend money on a game, I want it, like, I want to at least get my time out of it. If I don't get, like, at least, you know, 50, 60 hours out of a game, like, like, the amount of money I pay on a game should get me at least that many hours of gameplay.
Oh, finally turned up.
Like, if I spend $60 on a game, I want at least, you know, 60 hours of, you know, having to get through something. And, like, I'm gonna count those hours into, like, cutscenes like this, because obviously, like, you know, a lot of stuff, especially, like, RPGs, a lot of RPGs like this, a lot of the stuff that the game developers are working on, or at least they should be, is how the story is told. Like the story is a big part of it. So, like, part of that 60 hours should be at least put into the story, like, along with, like, the gameplay leading up to that. And then everything else is extra. So if you've got side quests in there that are going to give me a couple extra, you know, hours, fucking awesome. But, like, unless I have, like, a good 60 hours worth of game, I don't feel like it's worth it. And, like, I'm not talking about, like, anything extra. I'm just talking about straight going right through the story without any pauses, without any, you know, maybe stop a little bit if I have to, like, if it's a level-based game and I have to level up a bit. And, like, there are so many games that have proved it's possible. Like, Cyberpunk. Like, I beat Cyberpunk, and I'm pretty sure with the amount of times I've streamed that, I've done a good, like, you know, 50, 60 hours of that. They're, like, I must have. Not to mention all of the extra, like, stuff I did on side missions, and I'm nowhere near complete probably 50% of the side missions that I have. And it's just like, there's so much to that game, it's not even funny. Same with Skyrim. Like, Skyrim's got so much stuff in it, and, like, everybody loves going back to play it, like, especially with, like, the mods and stuff you can throw in. Like, there's just so much to do. Like, and then, like, oh, I gotta wait. I'm gonna wait.
Cords are occupied. Now, fuck off.
I feel like I should kill him.
If you say so.
Something wrong? Looks like you're having a bad day.
It's that fucking
But, like, it's the same with, like, a lot of other games out there, like, you know, multiplayer games and stuff. Like, you want your playtime in.
Wanderers in here. Tell me what you fucking want.
Yeah, the repeatable quests are kind of a little irritating.
I heard you sell stuff that you can't find anywhere else.
Like, I platinum Skyrim my first run through.
The boss man himself, Lon Schubert.
Like, I friggin' destroyed that game, but, like, I love it.
I knew. I didn't like your bad fuckface.
Careful now, I'm not ready. Not yet. Either we talk business or I'm out.
More than blood.
But,
Thinking they're hot shit.
yeah, you get games like Call of Duty, Apex, you know, Battlefield and stuff like that. You have your
And how
time. Like, the amount of like time and like blah, thinking of words. The amount of like time you can put into games like that is absolutely ridiculous, and especially where like the newer ones where like they have the battle royals and stuff out for free. They're giving you like hours and hours and hours of game for absolutely nothing.
South Dakota. And the rumors of my death.
And same with like their multiplayer. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't buy like the Call of Duty and stuff for the campaign. Like, obviously there are, because like their campaign stories are phenomenal. Like, they're really good, which is why they've remastered a bunch of the campaigns.
I give you your fix. And if I got
Yeah, nothing up. Well, like that's only if you want to get like the battle passes and the skins and stuff. If you're like me, there's not a lot of battle passes for games that I am willing to buy. There really isn't, because like where Apex, you can pretty much make almost every skin that they have. So I'm just like, why bother? Like, what is the fucking point in like paying for it if I can just at some point make it? And then but like I understand like some people that's what they want. They want the skins, they want the extra operators, you know, stuff like that. Like, I can understand that 100%.
Welcome to Viridian State, my friend. To what do I owe thee?
Like, I have my battle pass for Apex, but I've only ever bought one of them. Because the thing I like about Apex's battle pass is as long as you complete the battle pass, then
I know this prison is a
you
life.
get every other battle pass after that, as long as you don't spend the coins that you made.
You told me you can help me. And perhaps I can help you.
But that's where
Could you now?
things like and that's where the game, like the added gameplay comes in, because you're sitting there. If you get the battle pass, you're trying to complete all these quests, get all these levels, so that you finish it.
Whatever you want, it's gotta be quick. I need to get my life back.
Oh, well. You're certainly in a hurry now.
Like, that's like the battle pass, the weekly quests, like the weekly challenges and stuff that you have. Like, I love stuff like that.
The time has come for me to retire.
Oh.
Man can't advance in this world without possessing certain values. Ambition is one, of course. So are prudence. and
But that's where
I take it these two men need
like RPG games and stuff like that
catch up quick.
need to take it a step up.
The names are Neil
Where
Jordan
if
there,
you
Ross.
don't have a good story, then, you know, what's the point?
Where can I find Eric Ross?
That
like,
hurts in quarantine.
If your
Those
RPG
visitors
story is
that
shit,
entrant treatment usually spend a
you know,
few
your
days
gameplay is
out.
only going to go so far.
I hate to tell you, but unless you can find a way in, you'll have to wait till it comes out.
I don't have time to wait. Guess I'll have to